This is a video that showcases the newest addition to the Angel plugin, and that is Blendshapes, also known as Morphs. So, if you are not familiar, there's two types of animation that you can do. One type of animation is called rigged animation, where you create a armature or a skeleton full of bones, and then you rotate those bones to do your animation. The other method of animation is called Blendshapes or Morphs. You basically create your character in one pose or shape, and then you create the character in a different pose or shape, and then the Blendshapes or the Morphs calculate all of the transitions between that one stage and the other. So both of these animations are good for different things. The skeletal animation is good for things like characters, where you can have rotations, because Blendshapes and Morphs don't usually work well with rotations. Blendshapes and Morphs are better for deforming things. So, a couple of examples here. If we have, in terms of the Blendshapes and Morphs, there's two subcategories. One that applies the morph over time, and one that applies the morph instantaneously. So in this case, we have a portal here, and if I activate the portal, we can see that the portal disappears or reappears. So in this case, this is a blend shape, and we only have two states here. We have the portal fully open and the portal fully closed, but the blend shapes allow you to add any amount of that blend shape, and that will then create all of those in between stages. So we can see we don't have this only open or only close. We have a whole range of transition, and that is done by the blend shapes. So this is applying blend shapes over a period of time. On the opposite end here, we have an asset here of a knight that looks a little odd because he's carrying a bow and a axe. Well, the reason for that is that we are going to now use blend shapes, and we apply the blend shape immediately. That in this case, the blend shape hid the bow and keeps the axe. Or if I apply the other one, then I hide the axe and show the bow. So in this particular case, we're again using blend shapes, but we're applying them instantaneously. So that's the basics of blend shapes, or also known as morphs. But there is a side bonus that comes with this implementation. In order for Angel to be able to do the transition over time, it has created a component called the sequencer. And what the sequencer does is basically just apply the different transformations over a period of time so that we can get something like the portal. But the sequencer also allows you to trigger an animation and trigger a sound. So we can also use that sequencer to now trigger the original animations, the rigged animations, or the audio, which means that now if you had a character that had the rigged animations and wanted to combine that with something like a battle cry, previously you needed to trigger the animation and trigger the audio, but now in a sequence we can do that all in one. So I'm going to demonstrate that, hopefully. Right here, I've got my cluckable. My cluckable has the power to cluck, and it does a little bit of an animation in that process. So let's see if we can trigger those both at once. So we saw it was a little hard to hear, but the audio was triggered, my cluckable was clucking, and we saw the animation get tripped. So yes, in the latest version of Angel plugin, you can do blend shapes, and you can use the blend shape sequencer to also trigger traditional animations and sound at the same time. And that's about it.